Hello everyone, welcome back to another Destiny 2 video, and I know there hasn't been a lot to talk about recently, but we have Act 3 right around the corner, so I thought I would cover some stuff that is coming up. It's, not too much to be excited about, but there's some potential with the exotic mission, which is really the only thing I'm excited about. Exotic missions, of course, have always been a mainstay in the Destiny universe, and as far as like replayability goes, the enjoyment, really, we're gonna have to wait and see. But a lot of the Bungie employees have been just highly anticipating the release of this, and apparently just the sheer size of this is enormous compared to other exotic missions, which doesn't say too much because most of them are short and sweet, and that's okay. So I can imagine with this one being kind of the finale of the act, or the episode rather, that it kind of has to be like that. But without further ado, let's talk about some of the elephants in the room. So this was something that was actually tweeted out a while ago from the Destiny 2 team account, and something that I didn't cover because I've been trying to take a mental and gaming break from Destiny in general, but this is something I've advocated for and I'm happy to see it. They showed a dev screen of attunements for the exotic class items. Now I would assume this would kind of work like the attunements for Onslaught. Basically you select the perks that you want to try to get to drop, and you have a higher chance of them dropping, but not a guaranteed chance of those dropping. So it's better than nothing. Is it the greatest? No, because you're probably gonna get dupes still, and I would love dupe protection, but that just maybe doesn't seem like it's happening because they want to keep that player engagement up. Whatever, it's still better than what we have currently, which is nothing to really encourage players to play, especially after the macro ban. And that's the whole reason people were doing macros and farming with the macros, was because the grind to get these class items was just totally unenjoyable and so repetitive. And it was rewarding in the sense that yes, you get what you're farming for, but you don't get the role you want, so you have to keep doing it over and over and over. So this will help address the issue, but I still think you need to add dupe protection in there, and this is expected to launch with episode 2. Hopefully dupe protection is added in there. Now, a recent tweet that came out was that Bungie is going to add rewards to private matches. You have no idea how much this incensed me as soon as I saw this, because Crucible is already one of the least rewarding things in the game. Like even trials, you have to go flawless to get the full bag of loot that really makes trials worthwhile. And this just again makes it totally like pointless to ever engage with the playlist. And it's sad because Crucible used to be something that Bungie invested heavily in. I know that's long in the past, but this is just lazy. It's essentially saying go farm for stuff by yourself or with one other person and enjoy that. I could understand maybe you get like engrams if you're doing like scrims with some friends or whatever. Like I'd be okay with that. But people are just going to go in there, do their catalyst in there instead of literally anywhere else. And this is just kind of a way for players who aren't good to just sit in a private match and get what they need from weapons. And that's okay to an extent, because they should have that avenue to get loot. But at the same time, it's just you're not fixing the core problem, which is matchmaking sucks, and two, the rewards aren't good enough to keep the population up. There needs to be something to incentivize people to play Crucible in the first place, and there just isn't. There hasn't been in so long. So it's I don't like this at all, if you can't tell. So yeah. And last but not least, there will be 3 separate Pathfinder cards. I assume actually 4 in total if you include the Pale Heart. but there will be one for Crucible, Gambit, and Strikes. And yes, I know I just said Crucible isn't rewarding enough. I don't think the Pathfinder rewards will really change that all that much. And the reason I say that is because you can go to a GM on double rewards week, get like 2 exotic armor pieces, a handful of golf balls, you know, 2 adept weapons from a 15-minute Nightfall. Whereas I go and play a Crucible match, you know, I might get an engram, I might get a weapon to drop. And a Crucible match only takes like 10 minutes most of the time. But it's the same amount of time, same amount, I wouldn't say the same amount of difficulty, but depending on your skill level, you know, that it might be hard. It's just not as rewarding as a Grandmaster can be, or even, say, a dungeon, right? It makes no sense. And Gambit, oh my goodness, don't even get me started on that. I feel like I can make a whole separate video on Gambit, but I really don't want to. And Strikes are really just, they're strikes. Like, okay. I don't think this will change, you know, the whole spectrum in total. I just hope the XP is noticeable, because it sucks. I've also been holding on to these seasonal challenges and bounties for weeks on weeks on weeks, because I'm waiting for Act 3 to come out so I can get my battle pass done or whatever. It's boring. It's been a crawl. This episode has been just overall not good. I'm probably gonna release a final thoughts once Act 3 is complete. Again, the Destiny content I know on this channel has been lacking recently. I have been occasionally streaming some Apex and other games over on my Twitch if you want to come hang out there. As for more Destiny videos, I will probably have some first impressions on the exotic mission coming out sometime tomorrow or Wednesday. Aside from that, nothing really planned for this channel. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.